We have already reached the fourth day of the 2012 Optiworld Championship, and these brilliant young sailors from around the globe woke up early for the races, planned to start at around 10:30. Time for action then. But first, some warming up in these crystalline Caribbean waters and trimming the sails. Some of the sailors, though, decided to wait and see. In the meantime, let's check how things are in the leading position so far.
Before yesterday, I was like second, 1 point behind the first. Then yesterday I got the first, and then the first got a second, so we tied. But then I have like more first, so I went in front.
Minutes before the race, the young guns sail in order to get ready. Sailors from the Netherlands, the States, from New Zealand, Peru, and Spain. Who will be on top after today's races? Following a general recall in the first race, Britain's Wrigley, Turkey's Tonelli, and Brazil's Estrote had an excellent start. This does count for something, but will it be enough to grant them victory in the end? And immediately after, it was time for the second group to start, with Singapore's Yokoyama and Lambriex from the Netherlands also doing great in the opening stages. Eventually, Yokoyama had a safe lead until the first reach, with Lambriex in second place. Most of the other boats were involved in some really fierce contests. The Dominican Republic's Justina Pacheco was battling it out with Slovenia's Leah Morel. The girls give it their very best in pursuit of the trophy. At the second mark, Yokoyama was still in first place, right in front of Lambriex, with Israel's Durkin and Velasco from Peru following a few meters behind. Meanwhile, Pacheco was further back in 10th place and trying hard to gain ground. But while the boats in the lead were increasing their distance from their rivals, doing some excellent sailing, there really was some crowded rounding below 10th place. Here, the level remains high, but the battles are certainly more closely fought. In the end, Yokoyama took first place with some ease too. Her distance from Lambriex in second place was enormous. As far as Lambriex, he finished just ahead of Harry Durkin. After a long delay, it was now time for the third group to race. Korea's Park had a perfect start on the pin end, with Sweden's Navagen on his heels. The first meters of the upwind are really important, and they both know that. And yet, before long, it was Singapore, Lo and Goh who had the lead, respectively in first and second place. Their compatriot, Ye Zhu Tan, was further back in 8th position, next to the young sailor from Spain. So, would he manage to get near the top? When the time came for the last group's races, it was Britain's Max Clapp who chose the pin end, alongside Italy's Nicholas Stark. It was a tiring day for the young sailors. The storm did come once again before the afternoon. Let's have one last quick look at the results. The first 3 places belong to Singapore. Britain's Max Clapp is in 4th place, and Lambriex from Holland comes in 5th. Join us again tomorrow when the Optiworld Championship continues with team racing. The best teams will fight each other for the trophy, so stay tuned.